Okay, the reason why I brought this up, right, is because a lot of Muslims who are coming here, they're coming as tourists from Arabia. The Muslims, they say that they cannot speak English, right? But the emphasis on here in the Gospel of John, the kalimatu, you guys believe in the kalam of Allah. The kalam of Allah in the Quran is Isa. This story in the Quran, in chapter 4 of the Quran, has been taken from the Gospel of John. In the Gospel of John, it talks about the Word of God, who is Jesus. So does that not show to you that the Gospel which was written before the Quran, right, and the Gospel was written before the Quran, 600 years before the Quran, and then the Quran comes along and makes a copy of this and says that Isa is the word of Allah. So to me, it seems, to me, it seems that the Quran is copying the stories from the Bible by changing it around.
Before, and I want to comment on it. So you're saying because the Quran has stories from the Bible,
similar stories,
it means it doesn't exist. Okay.
Similar stories, yeah.
Okay, let's say it has similar stories. Did Abraham come before Jesus?
Yes.
Does Moses come before Jesus?
Yes.
Did Adam come before Jesus?
Absolutely, yes.
Did Moses bring the gospel?
He brought Torah, yeah.
Are there stories from the Bible in the Torah?
See, I don't see, you know what I'm saying.
No, are there stories from the Bible in the Torah?
Absolutely, the Torah is
So
part of the Bible.
Was plagiarized from the Torah?
Okay, so now, okay,
The
brilliant.
story of Adam is so
Good question. No, good question.
This means plagiarized.
No, good question. Okay, the Bible we have is called Biblios. Biblios is a category, it's a library of. What I'm saying to you is, these stories were much known to the Christians. They were known to the Jews. These stories, they were known to the Jews. They had these stories. And then the Quran comes along 600 years later and changes these stories.
400 years later, because the Bible was written 200 years after the death of Jesus.
600, okay, the Quran, listen. The Quran comes 600 years later, has similarities to the Gospels and the Torahs, but changes it to which suits Muhammad's need.
The Quran claims to fix the contradictions and the iterations which are changed.
Where does it say that?
In the Bible? How many? Are you telling me the
Where
Bible
does it say that?
changed?
Where does it say? No, you made a statement. Show me in the Quran where it's come to corrupt the scriptures.
It's an argument. It didn't come to corrupt. It says that the scripture.
But you made a statement. Where's your evidence for that?
Scriptures that were corrupted in the Bible.
Where's your evidence for that? It's corrupted, been corrupted.
Are you telling me that the Roman
Where's your evidence?
Christmas Day.
No, bring your evidence. You made a
Christmas Day itself.
You made a claim saying that these. Wait, one minute. You made a claim that these stories have come to fix the stories of the corrupted scriptures. Where is the evidence for this? Where is the evidence that the Quran has come to fix the stories of the Injil and Torah?
Christianity into the Roman Empire. He changed certain parts of
Who was he? Who was his name?
What
was his name? The emperor. Okay, so Constantine. You're talking about Constantine.
Okay, it was one of the Roman emperors.
Okay, the Roman Emperor Constantine, what he did, this is a misconception by the Muslims. The Muslims said that Constantine came and corrupted the scriptures. But what Constantine did is that he gave Eusebius, a church father, to make copies, 50 copies of the scriptures. So we already had the scriptures. There were scriptures before Constantine. And what Constantine did is he made copies of these scriptures. So there's no evidence of these scriptures being corrupted. And you made a claim that these scriptures, they've come to fix the corruption. Where is the evidence from the Quran? Your Quran is your main source. Bring me the evidence from the Quran.
Sorry, so we're saying, where's the evidence that there was corruptions?
No, where is the evidence that the Quran is coming to fix the corruption of these scriptures?
What has everything to do with faith, right?
By faith. Your faith is based in the Quran though, right?
Sorry.
Is your faith based in the Quran?
Yes.
Yes, so where in the Quran does it say that it's come to fix the corruption of the scriptures?
Where does it say it? Well,
bring me the evidence. Any Muslim. So the claim I've made is where in the Quran does it say that it has come to fix the corruption of the previous scriptures? Show me one. Show me one.
It's easy. Just search about any verse
Listen,
that says that it is.
This is the gospel for our Muslims. The kalam of Allah is Jesus. The word of Allah in the Bible is Jesus. We believe in this. These are some similarities. But the Quran has got a lot of things wrong. So if you're saying it's come
Like
to...
what?
So for example, the Quran says that Jesus never died on the cross, he never rose from the grave. That is the main thing of the gospel, that Jesus, he died for our sins. The Quran has got this, the Quran has got this wrong.
That's why
How
the
do you
Quran
know the
came. The
Quran?
Quran came
Because
of
all
these
historians say that
differences.
Christ was crucified.
Yeah.
All early church fathers, all
Bible, by the way.
witnesses say that Christ rose from the dead. Muhammad comes along, he has an encounter in the cave of Hira where he was choked up by an angel, and then says that Christ was never crucified, that Christ never rose from the grave.
Yeah.
This, where's the evidence for this? All history shows
Where
that.
is the evidence?
Where's
Where is the
evidence?
evidence
Yeah.
in Bible?
Okay, good. Yeah.
Who saw Jesus resurrected?
Yeah.
Who saw that?
So yeah, we have apostle.
Tell me historical evidence
Yeah.
or biblical evidence.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay,
Both.
I'll go to the early church. In the church history, we have Apostle John. We have a chain of narration from Apostle John going from Polycarp, Ignatius, and Irenaeus. This is in the early first century.
Who saw him?
We have
saw him?
all these. Peter saw him, Mary Magdalene saw him, Mary saw him, Thomas saw him.
Who else?
Thomas saw him. The fact is, we have multiple attestations,
says-
multiple
the Bible
witnesses of
contradicted about
people
this
seeing
story,
Jesus
by
on the
the
cross and him raised from the dead.
He's jumping.
But there's no witnesses that attributes to the attestation of the Quran.
The Bible
Give me historical
said-
evidence of the Quran.
The Bible said once that Mary Magdalene saw him, and in another book it says that
Yeah.
2 women saw him. Another book says no one saw him.
Okay,
So lots of contradictions
Okay,
about
so
this
fir-
story
okay.
about he resurrected.
First-
you are in doubt about this. You are not sure about
okay,
this.
cool. I can respond to that. Okay.
Yeah, please.
First of all, you still not answered my question, right? We have multiple attestations, even historians, non-historians, Josephus, Tacitus, Suetonius,
Yeah.
Africanus.
Yeah.
These are historians who weren't even Christians. They were Jewish people, and they believed that Christ was crucified. And we have the early church who knew Jesus Christ. We have a chain of narration. People like Apostle John, I'm giving you John. We have a chain of narration from Polycarp, Ignatius, and Irenaeus. These are the people who descended after John, so we know him to be a reliable source. And they,
Why do you look to be a reliable source? What are they? Are
they
they
were-
angels? Are they gods? What are they?
no, they were close to Jesus Christ.
What
They were
they?
disciples of
What
Jesus
were
Christ.
they?
Disciples of Jesus
Does God
Christ.
say you must listen to John? Or does God say you have to read the word of John? Or
Apostle
Peter?
John
Or
was a
Paul?
disciple of Jesus Christ.
Who are they?
We have a chain of
But
narration.
who are they?
Yes, Apostle John was a fisherman.
But what-
He
is
came
he
from
a holy
Bethsaida.
man? Was
He went
born
to
of a virgin?
Ephesus.
But
He
so
died
why
in
do we have to
Ephesus.
believe him?
Okay, the reason.
You believe in
I'll tell you why you have to
Jesus?
believe him. So I'll tell you why.
What does it
Okay,
say?
and I'll give you the words from your source as well why you have to believe him. Okay, I'm going to get it. Okay,
Where does it say in Christianity that John, Paul have to be believed as much as
Yeah.
Moses, Abraham, and
good
Jesus?
question. Good question. Okay. So he made a statement, right? Why as Muslims, why do people have to believe these people to be reliable? As a Muslim, those are Muslims. The reason why you have to take them to be reliable, because in your Quran, it says in Surah 3 verse 3, نَزَّلَ عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ وَأَنزَلَ وَالتَّوْرَةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ.
So you answered. So
He
you answered
had-
the question you asked it before.
No, you.
This is the answer
Yeah,
of the
so-
question you asked
yeah, so-
before.
He has revealed to you, O Prophet, the book in truth,
Yeah.
which is the Quran,
Yeah.
confirming what came before it, as he revealed the Torah and the Gospel.
Yeah.
This is the answer of his
So-
question. He asked this question.
Allah
earlier.
is confirming the previous scriptures. He's confirming the Quran and the previous scriptures. You have to hold them to be
The
reliable.
Muslims do not believe in the Bible that was written by the Council of Nicaea.
Nicaea.
Nicaea, the Council of Nicaea.
No,
the
that's-
Muslims believe in the original
that's a lie.
gospel that Jesus brought.
Where is
Muslims
it?
believe that
Where
Jesus
is it?
brought the
Where
gospel.
is it?
Exactly.
Where is it?
And
When
that's
did the
the
Bible
issue. The
grow?
Muslims believe that there was an original Bible,
Okay.
the Injil, which was brought upon by Jesus himself, not by Paul, John, Peter, Matthew,
Okay.
whoever. The same way that Moses brought the Torah. When Moses came, he brought the Torah. He didn't bring it 300
Right.
years later and said, "Oh, here's the Torah, guys.
Okay.
I died 300 years ago." No. We believe in the Torah. We believe in the books of Abraham. We believe in the original scriptures, not the scriptures that were edited and narrated and changed. That's what Muslims believe. I'm not here to tell
Good.
you Christianity.
Can I
is
respond to
wrong.
that?
I'm saying to you
Cool.
there are contradictions in
Can I respond to that for the glory of God? Okay. First of all, he made a claim that the scriptures were canonized in the Council of Nicaea. This is a complete lie because we had this something called the Mauritanian canon, where there's books, 22 books of the New Testament were canonized in 170 AD. The Council of Nicaea came around 325
How
AD.
many years? 170
Listen,
AD, that's
listen,
how many years
listen,
after
listen,
Jesus?
listen. But also, We have early church fathers such as Justin Martyr. After 100 AD, he told something about the memoirs of the apostles. There was something in the early church called the memoirs of the apostles, where the apostles had scriptures. They had writings before the Council of Nicaea. Before the Maritarian canon, they had writings with them. So, and either way, in the Quran existed in the 6th century. This statement, نَزَّلَ عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ بِالْحَقِّ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ وَأَنزَلَ وَالْتَوْرَةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. This was written in the 6th century. See, what I need is a manuscript from the 6th century. And the only manuscript in the 6th century which shows the gospel that Jesus preached was the Gospel of Matthew, the Gospel of John, the Gospel of Luke, and the Gospel of Mark. The Codex Sinaiticus, the Vaticanus, the Codex Leningradensis. These are all codexes which date prior to 6th century. And Allah is confirming the Gospel and Torah in the 6th century.
When exactly?
6th century.
Third century, 4th century?
Yeah, so the time that Muhammad existed.
Is it
The time that Muhammad
of
existed.
Jesus?
Yeah, the time that Muhammad existed. Because it says in the Quran that he's confirming what they have with them.
Yeah.
Right? So, and he's
confirming because there are many things are right, are correct
Yeah.
in the Bible. We agree with many, with like,
Where
let's
does it
say
at?
like 90% of the Bible. We agree with it. We just don't agree about some certain points that the Jesus was crucified.
Okay.
David was a prophet. He was a righteous man. He didn't committed adultery or as you claiming in the Bible that he had the adultery with another woman, was married to another one. We don't believe in this. So just little points that we don't believe in.
Exactly.
You know?
Okay.
But the majority of the Bible, we believe in it.
Exactly.
Okay. So now, where is that criteria? That's the question I posed upon you first. Where in the Quran? In the Quran, does it say to you, go to this part of the scriptures and do not go to this part of the scriptures? If you're telling us that some parts of, because the Quran, when he said he's confirming the Torah and the Gospel, he's also saying in parts of it, he's confirming the Torah and the Gospel.
Also, it said
Nowhere
many times
in the Quran does it say that take this part of the scriptures and take this not as scriptures. It's a big contradiction. Where does it say this?
It says قد كفر الذين قالوا إن الله هو المسيح ابن مريم. Those who are saying that Jesus is the God, they are disbelievers. So it says what are the differences between you and us? And many other verses.
That's the contradiction, because in one hand, Allah is telling these people to go to people of the book. If you, O Prophet, are in doubt, then go to the people of the book. This is in Surah 1094 of the Quran.
The Bible is book
In
from
Surah,
God.
in Surah 546 of the Quran, he's telling the people, how can they come to judgment, O Muhammad, when they have the Torah with them?
Yeah.
So in one hand, he's telling the people to go to the Torah and the Gospel. He's not telling them to go to this part and don't go to this part. He's saying go to the Torah and the Gospel. But in another hand, it's a contradiction. It's a contradiction.
Absolutely
because
no.
the Quran has
No
contradictory statements to the Torah and the Gospel.
No. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because first of all, as I told you, that we agree this Bible is book from God. We believe in that.
Gospel and Torah.
As Muslim, we believe the Bible is a book come from God.
Have you got one
What
manuscript
is the
of this Torah and
problem?
Injil?
What is the problem of Bible? As we believe that it has, according to the translation, and so many people wrote the Bible, so some little informations are incorrect.
Who were they?
So the Quran says that it is Quran came to confirm those books like Bible and Torah. It confirms them, and also it shows what are the differences. What are the things that you are incorrect with.
That's not what I'm saying. So we can agree, right, that the Quran has contradictory statements to the Bible.
It's not
All right? No. So it is. I'll tell you why. Because the Quran,
If the Bible
the Quran says that Isa wasn't crucified. The Quran says Isa was not the son of Allah. The Quran says reject those who believe in the triune God. But the Gospel and Torah, which the Quran is confirming in the 6th century, shows that Jesus was the son of God. Shows that Isa was crucified. And shows that Isa was more than a prophet and God was triune. It's a contradiction. How can Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be confirming the book, but at the same time reveal a book which has contradictory statements? It's a big contradiction. Now, I want to go to you by textual criticism. All textual critical scholars, they can do something called textual criticism. where they can go by the majority text, where they can see if something has been corrupted or not.
Yeah.
And when he say all these languages, these translations corrupt the text and stuff like that, it's a big lie. Because all these scholars,
makes sense.
all these scholars,
Makes sense.
Bruce Metzger, Daniel Wallace, F.F. Bruce, have proven that the original gospel and Torah have not been corrupted. That we have the gospel which was in the time of Matthew, Mark, John and Luke. That were in the time of the early church. It is nowhere being corrupted at all. It's a big lie that you're making.
Do you have a real copy?
We have the copies of the original like you guys do.
Do you have a real copy?
We have the copies of the original like you guys do.
Copies of the original?
Like you guys do, yeah. So you guys don't have the original of the
No,
Quran.
we are different.
No,
We memorize it
double
as
standard,
it is.
double standard.
If all the Quran,
Double
all
standard.
the Quran disappeared, we can just bring it in a second.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
So many people here, they
Okay.
memorize it here with the same way,
Okay.
the same way of reading.
Okay.
So we can bring it back. And this is also mentioned in the Quran, it is preserved. So this is the differences. But in the Bible was translated to many languages. And
Okay.
it says many things are not true.
So,
Are not correct
first of all,
according to history.
You made a claim that the Quran is preserved. That even if we had the copies of the Quran and they were to be vanished, it does not matter because they already were reciting it. So why is it in the early Quranic history that the reciters of the Quran, that they were using mushafs, they weren't simply relying on oral tradition, but they were relying on written copies. Which is why we see in Sahih Bukhari 4784, when we collected the fragmentary manuscripts of the Quran into the copies, I missed one of the verses of Surah Al-Azab, which I used to hear Allah's Messenger reading. Finally, I did not find it with anybody else except Khuzaymah. So if the oral tradition really was effective, why did some people have verses in the mushafs and some people did not?
No, that's not true.
In Sahih Bukhari 4784.
Show me different mushaf. Show
Yes.
me different Quran.
Yes, okay.
Show it to me.
So, I haven't got, okay. So,
was already in his mind.
in the early,
And before you continue, I want to give you another information. The Quran نزل القرآن على سبعة أحرف. The Quran came in seven like something like dialects. I don't know how to translate it. Yeah, it is something similar to dialects.
okay,
But you
listen,
can
I know what you're
see-
saying. I know
You
what
can
you're saying.
sometimes
Yeah.
see a word
Yeah.
pronounced different from one to another.
So,
The context,
you made a
the whole
claim-
context,
you
the
made-
same meaning.
okay.
Never see a different meaning.
There is. I'll show
in
you.
the
I'm going to show you.
Quran. Yeah,
Okay.
please.
You made a claim, right? He made a claim that the Quran is still preserved, right? I'm gonna bring a verse from your Islamic history which debunks this claim that you have no original manuscripts. In Sahih Bukhari 4987,
Keep saying Sahih Bukhari, Hadith. I wanna
Uthman,
get the Quran,
yeah,
the difference.
Uthman sent the Quran to 9 provinces,
Yeah.
such as Damascus, Jerusalem, Cairo, Baghdad. Then Uthman said to the Qurayshi man, in case you disagree with Zayn ibn Thabit on any point with the Quran, then write it in a dialect of the Quraysh. And then they did so. Then what Uthman did, he sent the copies to every Muslim provinces, and all the original copies, he had them burnt. So all these original copies of your Quranic history, which was in the time of Muhammad, Uthman had burned them. And all these ahrufs,
I know
all
where
the-
you're coming from. I know that.
all these different 7 modes or recitations, you don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
Because it was compiled into one dialect, which was the Qurayshi dialect. So the
Okay.
questions, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Give me any evidence, if you really say that you have the original copies, give me the evidence of the Mus'haf of Abdullah ibn Masud. Give me evidence of the Mus'haf of Abdullah
Let's not
ibn
jump.
Ka'b.
Let's stick to this point.
Give me any evidence
about
of the
Osman
Mus'haf
and he
of
sent
Duri.
the copies.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. So, at this time of Osman, the Islamic State expanded from China's border till the borders of Spain, till Europe. So the people started to speak in different languages,
Dialects.
different dialects, and they started to disagree about that point I told you earlier about Sabat Ahraf, seven different like dialects or something. So the people started to disagree, and someone started to recite the Quran in a way, and the other one started to recite the Quran in another way. Both are correct, but the people started to say you are wrong and you are wrong. So what Osman did is make a standard vision for all the Muslims. And this is makes sense. And this is very good deed of Osman. Alhamdulillah, Osman.
Burning the Quran is good.
He did this because we are not going to disagree because of what Osman did. So he gathered all the Mus'hafs, all the Quran in one standard vision. It's called the Mus'haf Uthmani, and he sent the copies for all the Islamic states.
Where is this copy? Where's Uthman's Musaf? Where's
Right
Uthman's Musaf? Usman, have you got any original
we
Uthman's
have
Musaf?
original in the Islamic Museum in
What?
Cairo.
All 114 surahs.
Sorry?
All of 114 surahs.
All of it.
Taqiyya.
Taqiyya is not for us who are Sunni. We are the majority. We are the majority of
You don't.
Muslims.
Okay.
We are Sunnah.
You-
Taqiyya is for
Brother.
Shia, the people of Iran.
Okay, let me respond.
We are less than 10%.
Muslims don't have any original. Okay, right.
No, we are the majority of
can I respond?
Muslims.
Can I respond?
I'm talking on behalf of the majority of Muslims.
Okay, bro, can I respond? Okay. The earliest full
So
copy.
what Osman said about the Muslim
let me respond.
is very good,
Okay.
and it makes sense.
The earliest full copy you have of the Quran is from the 8th century. The original Mus'haf of Uthman is nowhere to be found. Now, okay, he agreed with me that in early Islamic history, people had disagreements of the dialects. He agreed with me. So, what this proves is,
No.
let me. So what?
You are talking about me. I didn't say
What
that.
this proves is,
You
you
are
just said
lying
that.
in
It's on the
front of
camera.
me
It's-
about
they
what I
had-
said. No, I didn't say
What
that.
this proves is that the oral tradition, the oral method of
guys
reciting the
recorded
Quran
this.
is not to be
This is
effective.
recorded. I didn't say
Now,
that.
okay, I asked you a question in front of everybody.
Jesus never existed.
Show me the original copies of
There was no
Al-Duri.
Jesus.
Show me the original copy of Halaf. Show me the original copy of Hamza. Show me the original copies of Hafs. Show me the original copies, because you have said earlier that you have the original copies.
You are ignorant about what you are saying.
You said you said you had
Is
original
there
copies.
an original copy of Hafs?
You said
Hafs
you
is
have.
qira'ah.
Yeah, but-
a way of reading.
What's this?
It's not a copy.
Bro,
It's a way of reading.
so, yes, but it's been written down in the
Muslim
Musaf.
people, do you know what
It's written down in the
what is
Musaf.
Hafs and what is, this
Okay.
is a way. This is a
So,
way of reading.
is it written down in the Musaf?
It's not a copy.
Is it written down in the Musaf?
So you don't know what
I
is
do.
what you are
Okay,
claiming.
okay. Can I clarify? I will clarify. Okay.
Let me explain to you.
So,
Yeah.
the Muslims read something called Hafs. They read something called Warsh. They read something called Duri. Let me respond. Let me respond, man. They read something called Duri. These are all different modes which they attribute to Muhammad's time. These 7 modes of recitations are written down in Mushafs. If you go to the Rusala.com, it's a website where Hafs's recitation is written down in Mushafs. So I want you to show me the original Mushaf of Hafs's recitation.
Recited by
Where is the original recitation? Where is it? Where is the original? Yeah, but where is it? Where is
It's
it?
different ways.
Where is it? Where is that copy? Show me the original copy, because it's written down in the Musaf.
It's a way of reciting,
Yes.
of reading.
Can you read it in the Musaf? Can you read it in the Musaf?
In the same Mus'haf.
Can you read
In the
Hafs in
same
the Musaf?
Mus'haf. We read
Can
it.
you read Hafs in the Musaf? Yes or no?
It's a way of
Yeah,
reading.
but can you read it in the Musaf? Is it written down in
It's
the
the
Musaf?
same. It's the same. If you write it, I will write it the same. Both will be the
Okay,
same.
show me the original copy of this. Of Hafs existed decades after Muhammad. Walsh existed decades after Muhammad. Duri existed decades after Muhammad. Okay, I'll show you. Duri existed decades after Muhammad.
Shot them both.
Hamza existed decades after Muhammad. All these reciters of the Quran existed decades after Muhammad.
What else do you know about Taqiyya?
Jesus
What else do you
never
know about Taqiyya?
existed.
Tell me.
Jesus is
What
lie.
I'm saying is Taqiyya.
Jesus is
Yeah.
lie. Jesus
Yeah.
is
What
lie.
else do you know about Taqiyya?
Jesus never existed.
What is Taqiyya?
I am Messiah. You are liar. Jesus never existed.
Okay, listen to this.
Paul made up lie. Paul made up lie.
Yeah, he's claiming lots of lies. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslims.
So, Dr. Shadi Nasir, he said, bring the evidence. He said, bring the evidence. Yeah, I've got the evidence. I've got the evidence.
keep
all
looking.
all I need is a scholar
Keep looking.
who is
So don't
a
make a
scholar
claim
in
you are not
Harvard
sure about.
University. Dr. Shadi Nasir is a scholar in Arabic studies
Dr. Shadi.
in Harvard
Who's that?
University.
Dr. Shadi University. Who's
In
Dr.
Harvard
Shadi?
University.
Who's that?
Shadi
I
Nasir.
never hear about this
Okay,
name.
then let me educate you. Let me educate you.
Please,
Okay.
yeah, please, educate me.
Dr. Shadi Nasir, he educated in Harvard University. You can read his book on the Quran.
Secular scholar.
And he's a well-known scholar. He's been peer-reviewed by Dr. Gabriel Said Reynolds as well.
I read the
And
authentication.
he has agreed with me that all these reciters existed decades after Muhammad. You don't even have the copies of Muhammad's Quran. Show me the copies
So
of
get back
Muhammad's
to
Quran.
Dr. Shadi.
He doesn't even have the
Let's
copies
Dr.
of Muhammad's
Shadi come here
Quran.
and speak his.
Where is the copies of Duri's
He's
Quran?
saying that there was no prayer in the time of Prophet.
Where is the copy of Duri's Quran?
Saying the
They
Quran.
weren't praying no
Prophet
salah.
Muhammad
Show me
himself-
the original copies
Can
of
I-
Duri's
can I-
Quran.
can I tell you something?
I've
Can I
told you.
tell you
Show me
something?
the original copies of the Quran.
Ask him what he's saying. If you're right, what you're saying, you saying no Muslim is
Bro,
suppressed.
bro, no, I'm not talking to you.
I know you're scared. I know you're
Nah,
scared.
didn't you strangle somebody?
Bro,
Jesus
you're scared.
never
Okay,
existed.
Show me the original copy of Duri.
never
Give it to me. Show it to me. Where is it?
Muhammad himself.
No, show me Duri's original
Listen,
Quran.
There's no Muslim suppressed.
Show me Duri's Quran.
Let me tell you something.
Where is Uthman's Quran? Where are all these recited original Quran? Show me.
Jesus never
Prophet
existed.
Muhammad himself.
It's
Prophet
lie.
Muhammad himself. He said the Quran came on 7
Yeah.
ahruf.
Where are they? Where's the original? Where are the original?
Listen, bro, you're interrupting.
Where are the original?
Let me
Yeah, for sure, man. You want to edit and put on YouTube.
That's why, because someone came to the Prophet. Why the Prophet said that hadith? He said that hadith because someone said to him, I recite the
The
Quran.
7 modes? I know what you're on about.
I recite the Quran in this way. And the other one came to him say, I recite the Quran in this way. So the Prophet Muhammad said to them, you are right and you are right. And the Quran came on 7 ahruf.
Okay.
But show
I,
me
get-
now.
I know what you're saying.
I didn't finish.
No, I know what you're saying.
I didn't finish.
What I
I
want
didn't
from you
finish. I
is
didn't
show
finish
me
what
the
I'm saying.
original
I didn't
Quran.
finish.
I know what
finish.
you're saying. Show me the original.
Are you
So
saying
you're
that
jumping.
I didn't fin-
You're
No,
jumping.
I'm still in the same
Show me
point.
the original Quran. I'm
I'm still
asking
in the
one
same point,
last
the
time.
way of Qira'ah.
Show me the original copies of Duri.
Let me continue.
Where is the original
Let
of
me
Hafs?
continue.
Where is the original of
I'm
Halaf?
talking about this
Give-
now.
Yeah, where is
You
the
are
original?
interrupting
Show
me.
me the
You don't
original.
wanna hear the
Show
truth.
me the original.
You don't want to listen, brother. You don't want to hear the truth.
I've
You're
asked you
just
so many
arguing
times.
for
I've
the
asked
sake
you
of
so many
arguing.
times.
I'm
I've
telling
asked
you.
you so many times.
Yeah, I'm talking
Okay.
about the same point, and you are interrupting
Go on,
me. You don't want to hear the truth.
Go on, speak.
And everybody's hearing, and this is you are
You can
recording
speak.
this.
Go on,
Okay?
I'm letting you speak.
Maybe I'm not
Go on.
translating the hadith properly because my English is not enough. But everybody's listening, and everybody's saying that I'm saying the truth about that hadith. نزل القرآن على 7 أحرف. Everybody's know what I'm saying, what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
I agree with you.
So I'm talking about the story of this hadith.
I agree with you, yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
So-
I'm agreeing with you.
When the two people, one came to the Prophet, said that I read it this way, and the other one said I read it this way. He said both you are right. And Al-Quran نزل القرآن على 7 أحرف. The Quran came in 7 أحرف. Okay? So now to prove my claim, show me a verse in the Quran with this way of recitation, with this qira'ah, and another one gives a different meaning.
Yeah.
You never find it.
I have.
This is
I-
my
okay, I will,
this
I
is
will,
my
I
claim.
will, I will.
And
That's
Dr.
it.
Shadi says
Okay,
the same thing,
I will,
by the way.
I will.
Dr. Shadi says there is no significant
Honestly, I don't know
change.
who's
We're not
Dr.
talking about
Shadi,
that. We're not
man.
talking about that. We're not talking about. We're talking about. I'm
We
saying
stick
I want
to
the
the
original.
hadith.
That's what I'm saying.
Authenticated.
Okay, thank you.
We don't have
The
the
Muslim here has admitted. Say, can you say it?
We don't have the. But it
Okay,
depends.
thank you.
We
He
don't
has
have the
no,
original
you're,
manuscript. We
okay.
don't.
That's
We
not
don't.
he's.
But
He
we have
said
the
they
original-
have the originals.
No.
He's saying they don't have the originals.
Isaac.
He said they have the
We
We
originals.
don't have the original
We inherited
manuscript.
Okay,
that.
thank you. Thank you.
But we have recitation. What does the Quran mean? Quran means recitation.
Okay, but where? Okay, so this Muslim here has agreed with me that we don't have the original of Hafs, Walsh, Duri.
The one we have it is
This is the
the
last
one we
question.
have in our mind. It's the
Okay,
original.
I'm gonna make a point. You asked me a question, showing me a difference.
We don't have the
There is
original.
In the
original.
House Quran, one says four,
Jesus is
one
lying.
says killed, one says slave,
Moses is
and one says with
lying.
Allah. I ended here, but my voice is going. Well, take care, brother.
It's
Bro,
copied lies
take care,
from
my voice is
each
going.
other.
I'm ending here, my voice
All
is
the
going.
books are
Hey, pray for Isha's throne family. The
I mean-
master soldier.
The Quran is not preserved. We debunked his claims. We debunked his claims that they don't have the original mushafs. He made a claim that they have the original copies. The other guy comes along and says they don't have the original copies.
Confusion.
The last point he made was showing me the differences between the mushafs. One says fought, one says killed. One says slave, one says with. He said about something about the oral tradition. If the oral tradition really was effective, then why would they use the mushafs? In the early Quranic history, they were using mushafs. They weren't really relying on oral tradition. When Surah Al-Ahzab was missing, they didn't rely on oral tradition, but what they did was rely on the mushafs. So we can't really rely on, we can't really see our proofs based on oral tradition. Not only that, Uthman burnt the original Quran. Uthman, he burnt the original copies, so they have no original copies. But that's all I have to say, 'cause my voice is going, but you'll see it throughout the debate.
Well done, Ish. Pray for his voice, family.